In the heart of the world's moat, a silent and unsettling collapse is underway. It is a slow as unfolding on a scale so vast it is almost invisible. Yet its consequences are so dire they threaten the very foundation of America. We are, of course, talking about the American farmer. The traditional image is one of self-reliance and resilience, a bastion of the American spirit, but a deep logical investigation reveals a much darker truth. Right now, across the country, countless farmers are facing a terrifying reality. It costs more to put a crop than they will ever be able to sell it for. The economics are simply upside down. This isn't a simple matter of bad luck or bad weather. It is a man-made logical paradox, a perfect storm of policy, ethics that is leaving America's food engine on the verge of total collapse. The horror of this story isn't just about money. It's about a slow, deliberate strangulation of a way of life. The central mystery of this crisis is that it is happening at all. America is a global agricultural powerhouse. Our fields feed the world. So how could it be that 1 in 3 farmers are on the brink of bankruptcy? The terrifying truth lies in the unseen forces and bizarre contradictions that have taken hold of the global market. A few years ago, the price of vital inputs began to skyrocket. This was due in large part to the implementation of tariffs on imported chemicals, steel, and aluminum. At the same time, the prices farmers could get for their crops, corn, soybeans, wheat, and especially rice, began to fall to their lowest levels in years. This wasn't a coincidence. As American tariffs raised the cost of production, they also provoked a retaliatory response from key foreign markets like China. Suddenly, our crops were more, and they turned to other countries like Brazil and Vietnam for cheaper goods. This left American farmers in a perfect storm. They were paying more than ever to grow their products, but the colonies was paying them less than ever to buy them. This is the horrifying logic of an unsustainable system. For many, the first line of defense in a situation like this is government aid. But this is where the logical contradictions get even more chilling. In response to the tax dollars have been allocated for farmer bailouts, but many farmers like Tass we've heard from in Arkansas have a surprising reaction to these checks. They don't want them. They don't want a band-aid at best. The horror is that they would rather go broke than take taxpayer dollars, a desperate and proud plea for the system to simply go back to normal. A more frightening fact is that even a recent major bill from Congress, touted as a win for farmers, is actually just another part of the problem, touted as a fix for the agricultural safety net. The bill's new benefits won't even kick in until 2026. This means that while farmers are being asked to hold out, the political solution that was supposed to save them is still years away. But as terrifying as the current crisis is, the true horror of this logical breakdown lies not in what is quietly taking over the American landscape. When a family farm goes under, it doesn't just disappear. The land, the equipment, and the legacy are all bought up, but they are not being bought by other small family-run farms. Instead, they're being scooped up by private equity firms, large corporations, and large core investment funds. This is a silent, creeping consolidation of America's food supply, a terrifying shift from a diverse network of family businesses to a handful of ultra-wealthy, concentrated entities. This is the ultimate danger of the perfect storm. The smaller, more resilient businesses are being washed away, and in their place, a fragile and easily manipulated system of corporate giants is taking hold. This trend means fewer options for consumers, less flexibility in the face of future crisis, and a total loss of the resilience that has defined rural America for generations. The ultimate logical failure here is that the people being hurt the most are those who believe the most in the system that is hurting them. In a disturbing paradox, many of the very farmers who are on the brink of financial ruin are the same ones who enthusiastically voted for the policies and politicians that caused their predicament in the first place. This contradiction reveals a profound about how politics works. Politicians often brand themselves as defenders of rural America while simultaneously pushing policies like tariffs and trade wars that leave farmers gasping for air. The terrifying and ongoing cycle is that when things get bad enough, these cases must rely on bailouts paid for by taxpayers to counter the very system that created the problem. This isn't just a theoretical debate. We are seeing the real-time consequences: the canceled orders for equipment, the defaults on loans, the loss of tax dollars for rural schools. Every single one of these effects is a direct result of a logical contradiction that no one seems willing to confront. This perfect storm is not just a story about a single state. It is a scientific and a national crisis that has been years in the making. What farmers are facing is more than just a bad year. It is a fundamental shift in the American landscape, a slow but determined eradication of the family farm. And it's all in the name of political and economic policies that are meant to protect the nation but are, in fact, destroying a way of life from the inside out. This is the ultimate oddity, a chilling paradox where the very forces meant to help are the ones pushing a system over the brink. This is a deep and troubling mystery. It is a scientific and logical investigation of a silent crisis that is affecting millions of young lives. We've just begun to unravel the threads of this terrifying paradox. If you are new here and you love diving into the logical mysteries of our world and unraveling the complex to us all, then you've come to the right place. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to join the Oddworld Files for more logical deconstructions of our strange reality.